Now, before we get into the 6 reasons why she came back, there's something I need to say. Every man should understand this. Most men think the way to win her back is with promises. I'll change. I'll do better. I'll never hurt you again. They believe if they just say the right words, everything will go back to the way it was. But here's the truth. Women don't come back for promises. They don't come back for words. They come back when they feel something deeper, when they realize the man they left behind no longer exists. And that's the part most men completely miss. No. 1. Why silence makes her obsess over you. You can't talk your way back into her life. You can't convince her with explanations, apologies, or long text messages. That's not what triggers attraction again. The truth is simple. She doesn't return because you tell her what she wants to hear. She returns when she feels something she can't ignore, when she feels your absence, when she senses a change in your energy, when she realizes the version of you she left is gone forever. This isn't about playing games. This isn't manipulation. This is evolution. Stop feeding her certainty. When she leaves, she feels safe. She thinks she knows exactly what you'll do. Text her, check on her, watch her stories, maybe even beg for another chance. That certainty gives her control. But when you disappear, not with anger, not with drama, but with self-respect, you break the pattern. Suddenly, the script she wrote in her mind doesn't make sense anymore. She thought she had you figured out. Now, you're unreadable. And here's the psychological truth. The human mind obsesses over uncertainty far more than certainty. If she knows what you're doing, she can forget you. But if she can't figure you out, she keeps replaying you in her mind. No. 2. Shift the frame of loss. Most men see themselves as the ones who got left behind. But that frame keeps you stuck. The reality? She didn't just leave you. She walked away from everything you brought into her life: your stability, your presence, your support. And when you fully pull away, she feels the loss too. So instead of thinking, she left me, start thinking, she lost me. Because that's exactly what happened. She lost a man who provided consistency and strength. When you internalize the truth, you stop chasing, you stop explaining, and you start moving like the prize you always were. Number 3, why she can't stop thinking about you. Stop broadcasting your growth. Growth is powerful, but flaunted growth is weak. Too many men try to show they've changed by posting gem selfies, showing off success, or hinting at moving on. But real evolution doesn't shout, it whispers. Build your body, your money, your purpose. Not to impress her, not to get her attention, but for yourself. And here's the magic. One day, without you saying a word, she'll hear about the man you've become or see it with her own eyes. And that moment will hit harder than any Instagram post ever could. 4. Become a man who doesn't need her. Master the art of mystery. Stop over-explaining. Stop giving her closure. Because the moment you explain why you disappeared, why you went silent, you give her peace of mind. And closure is the death of attraction. Instead, let her wonder. Let her sit with questions like, why didn't he chase me? Why didn't he fight for me? Why isn't he like every other man I've known? That lack of clarity creates tension, and women are drawn to tension far more than comfort. Emotional control equals power. Here's a fact. Most men lose it when they feel rejected. They lash out, they beg, they act desperate. But the man who remains calm, who feels the storm but doesn't let it move him, the man becomes unforgettable. Emotional control doesn't mean you suppress your feelings. It means you master them. You show strength in the moments where others break. The level of self-control sends one powerful message. You don't need her validation anymore. And ironically, the moment she senses you don't need her is often the moment she starts craving your presence again. No. 5. Stop waiting for her return. This is crucial. Most men make the mistake of living in limbo, waiting for the day she might come back. That mindset kills you, because your life becomes a pause button until she decides to hit play. But here's the paradox. The second you stop waiting, everything changes. When you live fully, when you pour yourself into your purpose, when you accept that she may never return, you create freedom. And that freedom is magnetic. Because nothing is more attractive to a woman than a man who is no longer bound to her decision. Embrace the silence. Most men can't handle the silence. The nights without her, the mornings without her voice. It feels unbearable at first, so they break it by texting, calling, or seeking her attention. But silence is where strength is built. Silence is where you regain your patience, your self-respect, and your emotional resilience. If you can make peace with the silence, you are no longer controlled by the fear of losing her. While she runs from it, you master it. Number 6. Become unrecognizable. She left a version of you she thought she knew, the man who was predictable, available, defined by the relationship. But when she sees you again, or even hears about you, you need to be unrecognizable. Not just in how you look, but in how you carry yourself. Your voice calmer, your energy sharper, your presence stronger. Unrecognizable, yet unforgettable. That realization cuts deeper than any words ever could. And now, when she comes back, don't be the same man. This is where most men fail. She returns, and they crumble. They become soft again, reactive again, desperate again. But if you've done this right, when she comes back, she won't find the same man. She'll find someone calmer, stronger, more disciplined. And here's the irony. When she finally returns, it won't even matter if she stays because you'll already have one. The goal was never her return. The goal was your rebirth. Now let's address the elephant in the room. What if she doesn't come back? Does this entire journey become meaningless? Absolutely not. The goal was never her return. The goal was your evolution. Think about it. Before you embarked on this path, your life was stagnant. You felt stuck, maybe even desperate. But these steps forced you to confront your demons, to push past your comfort zone, to become the best version of yourself. In doing so, you've gained confidence, self-respect, and purpose. These are not things that can be taken away from you. They are yours to keep forever. Even if she doesn't return, you've become a man who doesn't need her. You've mastered the art of mystery. You've become emotionally resilient. You've built your life on solid ground. You've become strong in the silence. You've stopped waiting for her. In short, you've become unrecognizable for the better. But let's flip the script. What if she does come back? Will you still be the same old you? Will you slip back into the same patterns that led to her departure in the first place? Or will you remain the stronger, more evolved man that you've become? The choice, my friend, is yours. This journey is not about guarantees. It's about growth. It's about becoming the man you were meant to be. And in doing so, you'll attract the right people into your life. People who appreciate the real you, not the you that was lost and lonely, waiting for a love that never came. That's all for today. See you next time.